Thank you for watching KION 546.
Tonight on KION, a crushing blow to student loans from the Supreme Court, how locals are reacting and what they say this means for them. Plus, Independence Day is tomorrow, how Greenfield police plan to crack down on the use of illegal fireworks.
And cooling down from that weekend heat. We'll take you through the holiday coming up.
Also, the millions in federal funding on the way for Santa Cruz Metro, what the transit agency plans to do with the money. KION News Channel 46 starts right now.
Covering the Central Coast, this is KION News Channel 46 at 6 o'clock.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KION News at 6. I'm Austin Castro. The Supreme Court threw out President Joe Biden's student loan relief plan. KION's Danya Romero spoke with people in Salinas on what this means for their future and the future of others.
Well, as you can imagine, this news devastated a lot of eager people that were looking forward to benefiting from this plan. A person I spoke to is now worried for the future of her children. Sophia Lopez is a student at Hartnell College. Her goal is to one day attend a four-year college, and she's already looking for ways to knock down the high tuition pricing.
I'm planning on applying to literally every single scholarship I possibly can, and maybe some transfer admission guarantee, because I go to community now and I'm planning on transferring. Maybe it'd be cheaper that way.
Jennifer's husband is still paying off his student loans 14 years after graduating from San Francisco State University.
I was pretty upset because I was expecting it. It would have benefited my husband to have that taken away.
Meanwhile, Jenny Padilla gave up her dream to attend college because of the cost, but hopes her children don't have to go through the same.
To think of these little guys, when they're grown, are they going to be able to continue on with school if they have the brains and the desire and want to do that? I would love to be able to afford that. I don't know if that's going to happen.
The Supreme Court on Friday threw out President Joe Biden's plan for student loan forgiveness, ruling that a federal law does not allow the program to wipe out nearly $500 billion in student debt. Biden says the battle for student loan forgiveness is not over, but for now is trying to soften the blow.
Student borrowers would pay no more than 10% of their disposable income to pay back their debt in any one time. My administration is going to reduce that to 5%. It's now the most generous repayment program ever.
Still, that help can't come soon enough for some.
It's a luxury to be able to go to school, to continue on with school.
Nearly 40 million Americans would have benefited from this plan. This plan also would have given borrowers up to $20,000. Reporting in Salinas, Danya Romero, KION News Channel 46.
Now, anyone making over $125,000 would not have qualified for the program.
Illegal fireworks can cause a big issue with obviously going up in the air, exploding, landing on wood shake shingle roofs, opening houses.
Tonight, we hear from Greenfield Fire on how they plan to crack down on the use of illegal fireworks ahead of Independence Day tomorrow. KION's Natalie Gutierrez spoke with Greenfield Fire and with people who are worried about firework activity.
Greenfield Fire tells me they responded to 4 fires last week, one near Highway 101 and Oak Avenue. They believe it was sparked by fireworks, something they'll be looking out for this Independence Day. People are showing up to the fireworks stands across the Central Coast to buy their fireworks for Independence Day. Greenfield police will patrol the city Thursday, followed closely by Greenfield Fire crews. Greenfield Fire says the community can do its part to make sure nothing dangerous happens.
Encourage and advise them to, if they're going to light off fireworks, to have a bucket filled with water so they can properly dispose of the discarded firework that has the proper state fire marshal seal.
Greenfield Fire says they responded to multiple fires, one near Highway 101 that they believe was started because of fireworks.
Then for 4th of July, we upstaffed one additional engine company to help with the event we're having here at Patriot Park for our fireworks show.
For people like Maria Sanchez, who likes fireworks, she says her concern is seeing children light any firework.
Their parents should be there because they're not well prepared to light off fireworks, because then they end up doing things they're not supposed to.
Greenfield Fire tells me they will be working closely with police for any fireworks related incidents. In Greenfield, I'm Natalie Gutierrez, KION News Channel 46.
According to CAL FIRE, people can get fined for lighting off illegal fireworks up to $5,000. And with 4th of July just right around the corner, how about we check in with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca.
Hey there, Austin. A quick preview of what to expect into the day tomorrow. Let's take a look at this planner and we'll get you through. It doesn't look like it's going to be this. You've heard of safe and sane fireworks. That looks like an unsafe and insane firework right there. I'm just treading on the red and white stripes there. I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable. Either way, looking mostly cloudy around the bay tomorrow. Kind of cool. Temperatures will be warmest around lunchtime. If you're heading out for parades around the bay, expect low 60s, light winds off the water. Fireworks shows tomorrow night. If there are any out there, we're looking at temperatures on average in the upper 50s around the bay, maybe a little bit warmer inland, but not a lot at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. So it's that mostly cloudy skies that are going to get us tomorrow. Not a lot of sunshine out there. We've been cooling down since the heat of the weekend. Our 24-hour temperature changing, revealing that we're 10 degrees cooler than this time yesterday in Monterey. Now, the one spot that's actually warmer than yesterday is Santa Cruz. Yesterday we had more of a southerly wind. Winds are much lighter, more westerly today. So instead of the cooling in Santa Cruz, we're just kind of normal today. Whereas Monterey, which was quite a bit warmer than everywhere else yesterday near the coast, well, you're cooler today with the wind shift. And out there, we're looking at mostly temperatures in the 50s and 60s around the bay. I think that Marina Ob is not right again. 70s and 80s inland, a few spots in the south, still in the 90s tonight. We have winds light off the water, mostly out of the west. But in the valleys, they've been a little bit stronger right now, 30 miles per hour in Soledad, for example. And the clouds, well, they've been around today. We did get a little sunshine in Monterey this afternoon, a little scoop there from Seaside. And the north side of the bay did clear out pretty well, but we've been seeing clouds from Marina to Elkhorn Slough and all the way into Salinas at times throughout the day. Pretty similar cloud structure tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at that holiday forecast and then all the way into the weekend coming up.
Thanks, Dan. The Santa Cruz Metro is receiving over $20 million in federal funding thanks to the Federal Transit Administration, or FTA's Low-No program. With the money, Metro says they plan to purchase 54 hydrogen fuel cell electric buses, adding that this will be one of the largest single fuel cell purchases in the country. These 60-foot FCEBs will also be the largest deployment in the nation. 10% of Metro's fleet is already ZEB, but this move will increase the fleet to over 60% by 2027. This will result in a total GHG emission reduction of over 1 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent.
We've been dealing with a lot of diesel, old buses, old seats. So a great opportunity for our community.
It's a great way for the public to participate in something that we all care about, which is preserving our environment. We're doing that by riding zero-emission buses and also having the opportunity to donate to the environment.
Santa Cruz Metro was one of 9 transportation agencies and cities throughout the state to receive this funding. 3 suspects are on the loose tonight after reportedly committing armed robbery in Santa Cruz County, according to the sheriff's office. Deputies say it happened this morning around 8:15 close to an open nature preserve near highways 9 and 25, adding that the victim reported being robbed of their belongings at gunpoint by multiple people. The suspects were spotted in the area by a neighboring agency, resulting in a pursuit. The sheriff's office says the 3 suspects crashed their car near mile marker 24 on highway 9, then ran from the scene. Sheriff's deputies added they recovered 2 loaded guns from the vehicle. They also say the suspects were driving an unreported stolen car from the Bay Area. And here now is a description of the 3 suspects. Deputies say 2 of which are Hispanic adult men. One is roughly 5'10", is heavy set, and in his early to mid-20s, wearing a black shirt and black pants. The second is between 20 to 30 years old, with eyeglasses and a ski mask, and weighs roughly 120 pounds. The third suspect is a Hispanic woman, roughly 5'5" in height, between 20 to 25 years old, wearing a Las Vegas Raiders windbreaker and black gloves. Now, these people are considered armed and dangerous. Moving now to Maryland, where the reward for information leading to arrests in this weekend's deadly mass shooting in Baltimore is now up to $28,000. Police say 2 people were killed and 28 others were injured when gunfire erupted during a block party, adding that a few people are believed to be responsible. Now, we need to warn you that some of the footage that you are about to see may be disturbing. Willie James Inman has the latest.
Law enforcement officials tell CBS News there is concern that Sunday's mass shooting at a block party in the Brooklyn section of Baltimore will trigger a retaliatory attack and a new cycle of gun violence.
We are doing everything in our power to ensure that the horrific violence that occurred this weekend is not repeated either in Brooklyn or any other neighborhood across Baltimore.
Surveillance video shows a crowd filled with teenagers and young adults running for their lives as a spray of gunfire hit 30 people.
People were running everywhere, people were crying, people were out of breath.
Police announced the reward is now up to $28,000 for information leading to the arrest of those responsible for killing 20-year-old Kailas Fabemi and 18-year-old Aaliyah Gonzalez.
I strongly urge anyone with any information to help us bring these individuals to justice.
More than a dozen of the wounded are minors, the youngest 13 years old. There have been nearly 130 homicides in Baltimore so far this year. The mayor says that's a 20% drop from last year. Willie James Inman, CBS News.
Now, this year alone, there have been 340 mass shootings across the United States, according to the Gun Violence Archive. And switching gears to on a lighter note, putting women's golf in a whole new light. Straight ahead, we show you the excitement surrounding the U.S. Women's Open this week at Pebble Beach. Plus, some people are still getting ready for their 4th of July get-together, how inflation is affecting your Independence Day party foods. And before we go, how about we take another live look at Mount Toro as we track the weather conditions where you live. Our chief meteorologist, Dan Cianca, will be back with your full weather forecast. You're watching KION News Channel 46 at 6.
Meteorologist Dan Cianca, weeknights on KION News Channel 46.
The Pot Stop in Moss Landing is your source for pottery, statuary, fountains, and succulents. Visit us at Highway 1 next to JNS Surplus. Open Tuesday through Saturday. The Pot Stop, Moss Landing. So much more than a pottery store.
Wilson's Plumbing and Heating. We've been in business since 1941, and we couldn't have done it without your support. For 9 decades, the Wilson's family has proudly called the Monterey Peninsula our home, offering the same red carpet treatment you've grown to trust. Founder Al Wilson started the business in 1941, stressing the importance of customer service and applying cutting-edge technology. Years later, those same values are being carried out by Gary and George Wilson. Wilson's Plumbing and Heating, serving our community since 1941.
The California Rodeo Salinas is where the West will come alive. July 20th through 23rd. 2 nights and 2 days of professional rodeo action with fun for the whole family. Don't miss the action on the Jack in the Box big screen, including freestyle bullfights, chuck wagon races, and trick riding daily. Come early for shopping, food, Western entertainment, and more. Tickets start at just $20 for adults and $12 for kids. Visit carodeo.com for information. It's the California Rodeo Salinas.
For all of your improvement projects, make sure you have a plan and trust a local licensed professional. You'll be glad you did. Sponsored by Kastner Exterminating, Pest Control Expert, Associated Services Heating, Solar and Air, and Wilson's Plumbing and Heating, Expert Plumbing Services.
NCIS. You remember us?
Mondays.
Go, go, go!
We follow the evidence till we find the truth.
Bomb! Everybody clear out!
The only thing we can rely on is each other. It's deeper than a team. It's family.
That's all I'm saying.
NCIS and NCIS Hawaii. Mondays on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Back, and with 4th of July just around the corner, how about we check in once again with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca.
Hey, it's getting close, the 4th of July. You know, doing some math, just shy of 6 hours away from officially being that date.
Super close.
Most of you probably don't celebrate until you wake up. Maybe you celebrate all. Maybe you do a 24-hour rager.
That's the way to do it.
Fueled with caffeine, celebrating independence of this country. Why not?
Why not?
Let's do it.
I love it.
I'll probably sleep. Either way, let's take a look at our forecast. A live look from Domenico's on the Wharf. The clouds have pushed back in tonight after some sunshine earlier today in Monterey. We've had sunshine in Santa Cruz as well, and you're still sunny tonight, but most locations will be mostly cloudy tonight. Clouds will thicken up this evening. The sunset tonight, now 8:29. We were at 8:30 for like a week and a half. Now 8:29 and slowly getting earlier. The moonrise, a full moon tonight, It is a supermoon as well. You won't see it near the coast due to the clouds, but if you live inland, you'll probably see it. It'll look like a giant tortilla coming up along the eastern horizon. Temperatures in the upper 50s by then, near the coast anyway. It'll be a little bit warmer inland. Quick temp check across the state. Still 102 in Fresno. I bet that smells good. 105 in Redding. It's 81 up in Truckee. So Tahoe sounds pretty nice. You can dip your toes in the blue waters of Lake Tahoe. Anyone ever figure out what color they were trying to paint Lake Tahoe back in the day? I know they're trying to keep it blue, but were they trying to paint it green or something? I don't know. I don't understand those bumper stickers. 66 right now in Salinas, 114 in Palm Springs. So there's some heat in the southern deserts out there. Most of the state looking pretty quiet. Do have a few high clouds passing through, some low cloud cover along the coast. The marine layer present and accounted for, about 2,000 feet in depth right now. It should hang there at about that depth, maybe just a little bit deeper for the rest of the week. And the reason is we're not going to see a lot of a pattern change. We've got high pressure off to our southeast. It was over us on Saturday. It has moved to the south. It is hanging out in Phoenix. You know, usually you go to Phoenix in the winter, you know, when it's not a million degrees, and you play golf, go hiking around the town there. Or in the early spring, watch some spring training baseball. Not in the summertime. This ridge doesn't know what's going on. But either way, we do have a trough of low pressure off to our north as well. We're just going to kind of be in the in-between zone. So we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, in-between zone. Wednesday, Thursday, in-between zone. Thursday, Friday. You get the picture. In between zone all the way into the weekend, it looks like. So probably not going to see a lot of weather change now. We've cooled off from our weekend temperatures and we'll probably hang there through the weekend. I do expect a little bit of warming by the time we get to the weekend, but until then, it's kind of flat for the most part. Which means low clouds filling back in tonight since the marine layer is a little bit deeper. Fog threat will be lower near the coast, but higher in the coastal hills and in the inland valleys. So as you wake up tomorrow morning, patchy fog possible for inland locations. We're just going to be cloudy on the coast. And then during the day tomorrow, mostly cloudy. We should get some sunshine scooping out a little bit on the north side of the bay. Again, Santa Cruz, you get a little bit of sunshine. We'll probably get that little slice of sunshine from Monterey to Seaside as well. East side of the bay, more likely to be stuck in the clouds. Carmel Bay, most likely to be stuck in the clouds as well. Rinse, wash, repeat tomorrow night. Clouds will thicken back up again. Here's my forecast temperatures tomorrow. 67 in Santa Cruz, below normal for this time of year. 66 in Capitola, but 82 up in Boulder Creek. If you want to find some warmth in Santa Cruz County, head up. It'll be the warmest temperatures up there in Boulder Creek. What a great place to hang out for the 4th of July. Just on that old Main Street in Boulder Creek. That sounds wonderful. 70, I got to work tomorrow. Otherwise, maybe I go to Boulder Creek. 72 in Scotts Valley. Aptos, you got that short parade going on tomorrow. Temperatures be in the low 60s for that. 66 in Watsonville. Salinas at 68. Hollister, 78 degrees. Should be pretty nice tomorrow evening. You'll have a little bit of wind tomorrow evening if you're celebrating there. 88 in Morgan Hill, though, so nice and hot in the Santa Clara Valley, but low 60s in Castroville. And also in Fogtown, USA, aka Marina, the town that doesn't actually have a marina. 64 in Monterey tomorrow, 60 in Pebble Beach, and then down south, we'll have some 90s in our far southern valleys. And then nearest the coast will be in the 70s and maybe 80s there in Greenfield and King City tomorrow afternoon. Let's look at that 7-day forecast. As I mentioned, we kind of level off now temperature-wise on the coast within a degree or two of tomorrow for the next 5 days or so. Some warming possible out of the weekend. We'll cut down on the clouds a little bit, I think, by Friday, especially on the north side of the bay as winds shift a little bit more to the northwest at the surface. Next couple days will be more west to southwesterly. But Santa Cruz will be sunnier toward the end of the week, I do expect, although maybe not so much in Monterey. And then inland areas will also see some temperature fluctuations. You slowly cool down through around Thursday, then head back upward. Temperatures closer to normal by Sunday, and then perhaps exceeding it again by early next week. Austin.
Thank you, Dan. Well, it's been years in the making, but now in just a few days, tens of thousands of golf fans and enthusiasts are expected to line the greens at the famous Pebble Beach for the U.S. Women's Open. As Lisa Montgomery shows us, it's putting women's golf and Pebble Beach in a whole new light.
Excitement, I think, is the main word. Everyone's excited. The ladies playing in the championship are excited. Our staff's excited. I think the whole Monterey Peninsula is excited. And it shows. The ground's bustling with activity from the golfers and visitors who want to be a part of it. The workers buzzing with enthusiasm while gearing up for the big day.
It's an honor to host any USGA major championship, but something as momentous as this one, there's a lot of excitement.
This is the 78th year for the U.S. Women's Open, but this year it's historic. Why? Because for the very first time, the women will be playing right here at the iconic Pebble Beach.
When this announcement was made that this championship was coming in 2023, there were players who literally rethought their career plans to play through 2023 so they could experience this championship here.
And no wonder. Pebble Beach is known as the world's bucket list, and organizers say it's the dawn of a new era. 10 USGA major championships are scheduled to be held here in the future, and half of those are women's U.S. Opens. The women's golf world is kind of changing.
It's growing, yes. Being here next week, it says a lot about where the game has come and where it's going.
And nothing proves that more than watching the women compete here, and for the largest ever purse of $10 million.
It's golf's grandest stage. It has a history has shown it's a great test of golf, and it identifies the greatest players of that time.
At Pebble Beach, Lisa Montgomery, KION News Channel 46.
Now, the gates will open to the public on Wednesday with many attractions and golf experiences for those who attend. Well, still trying to figure out what to do for 4th of July? Still to come, the Independence Day events happening on the Central Coast tomorrow.
KION News, 4 channels to bring you the news at a time that's good for you.
Dr. Jennifer Satchel is excited to join the Monterey community all the way from New York City.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jen. As your orthodontist, it's my goal to create an aesthetically superior smile that lasts a lifetime.
Dr. Jen and her team of expert professionals focus on providing individualized treatment with exceptional attention to detail while creating a memorable experience for families. Visit Dr. Jen at Wow Smiles, conveniently located in Monterey. Call us to schedule your complimentary exam.
Community Human Services is now providing free mental health counseling support to uninsured and Medi-Cal insured residents of Monterey County. Details at chservices.org. Community Human Services. Hope, help, here.
Protect our homes and care for the safety of those you love. Have compassion for our veterans and our neighbors who suffer from PTSD. Show kindness for our service animals and pets. Love our city and show that you care. Report illegal fireworks and celebrate safely. Care, compassion, kindness.
Gloria makes a playdate.
Everybody says that you and the dad have a lot in common.
But is Jay the one getting played?
This is my husband, Marty.
Oh, good. You are old. Modern Family.
On KION News Channel 46.
The U.S. Women's Open is coming to Pebble Beach. KION News Channel 46 is live at the event. Sports Director Maxwell Glenn following all the action. The KION News team takes you behind the scenes. What's the setup look like? What are local officials doing to keep you safe? And what are the impacts on the local economy? KION News Channel 46 live at the Open Championship, starting Thursday on KION.
Well, if you still don't have any Independence Day plans, don't worry, because we got you covered. Over in San Benito County, you can check out Hollister's 4th of July Kitty Parade. This parade also starts at 10 a.m. on Hayden and San Benito streets and will end in front of the Hollister Veterans Memorial Building. Kids can decorate their bikes, wagons, and scooters to participate in the parade. And for a full list of all of the Independence Day events happening in Monterey and Santa Cruz counties, you can head over to our website, newschannel46.com. And right now, people are gearing up for their 4th of July parties and picnics. Last year, inflation sent food prices skyrocketing. As Danya Backus reports, many items are higher again this year, but some staples are actually down.
Handy Market in Burbank, California is seeing a rush of Independence Day shoppers.
It's the usual, the best of the meats. Everyone's barbecuing.
But many 4th of July favorites are pricier. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, hamburger buns are up 17% from a year ago, and ground beef is 4% higher. Potato salad will also cost 5% more. However, prices for some grocery items are falling. Chicken breast has dropped 9%, potato chips are 4% lower, and lemonade is down double digits.
Alcohol
alcohol is going to cost a little more. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says beer and hard seltzer is up about 6% from last year.
And scooping up that ice cream will cost about 9% more. But there are ways to save on much of your shopping list if you shop smart.
Look for ads. People are going to try to get you into the store with different bargains. And while you're there, make sure that you don't fill up your cart with what's not on sale. Maybe visit a couple supermarkets to really take advantage of that competition that's starting to come back into the market.
This couple is willing to hunt for deals.
I find myself store hopping because I know certain stores are a little cheaper.
For one item,
A tip to help you get the most bang for your buck this 4th of July. Danya Backus, CBS News, Burbank, California.
Data from the National Retail Federation shows 87% of Americans plan to celebrate the holiday this year. It's the most since before the COVID pandemic. And stay with us. We'll be right back with Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Today is Coastal Cleanup Day. Let's help protect our Central Coast.
After I decided my pain was too much, and my doctor actually suggested that I do visit the Good Feet store. Pretty amazing when they put the arch supports in your shoe and you walk around and you realize there's not pain, and you think, how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if arch supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
The Santa Cruz Shakespeare Festival is coming to De La Viaga Park July 8th through August 27th, and KION wants to give you a pair of free tickets. Simply visit newschannel46.com and click on the Contests tab. Enter today.
It's the final days of NorCal Honda Dealers July for Honda sales event, so let's celebrate what brings us together. A fun and fuel-efficient ride from Honda, America's #1 value brand. From the Redwood Forests to the Delta Waters to that secret spot with the juiciest smash burgers you've ever tasted, Honda brings us together. But if you want a tasty deal on a new Honda, you better roll into your NorCal Honda dealer ASAP, because this sales event ends July 5th. Ask anyone who owns a Honda.
Night after night.
An investigative story you will only see here on KION First.
Story after story.
But first, we do have breaking news tonight.
Your news team at KION News Channel 46 is working hard to earn your trust.
It's a story that you'll only see here on KION.
Breaking news first. Exclusive local stories, investigative reports.
And right now we are following some breaking
KION News Channel 46. Breaking news first.
PT starts now.
That's gonna go viral.
You're just gonna have to wait and see.
We're going behind the scenes.
There's a lot more to come.
Just
mind blown. This is like a dream.
Welcome to Entertainment Tonight.
Weeknights at 7 on KION News Channel 46. The U.S. Women's Open is coming to Pebble Beach. KION News Channel 46 is live at the event. Sports Director Maxwell Glenn following all the action. Starting Thursday on KION.
Some people in New York are preparing for Nathan's annual 4th of July International Hot Dog Eating Contest, one of my favorites. Earlier today, contestants lined up for the official weigh-in ceremony, but tomorrow they will attempt to eat as many hot dogs and buns as they can in 10 minutes. Certainly very impressive. And how about we check in one last time with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca.
I mean, I want a hot dog, but I don't want 100,000 of them.
You and me both. Just one is fine.
It's
yes.
fine. Maybe with a baseball game playing in the background or around a campfire, perhaps, with some freedom going on in the background. Here's a look at your pick of the day. A beautiful shot from Fort Ord Dunes, sent in by the dude, the beach, the bum. We appreciate his pictures. This was on a sunny day. Tomorrow will be far from that. Mostly cloudy, cool and breezy with a high of 62. Thanks, dude.
Thank you, Dan. We got to grill up those freedom dogs. I mean, what better way to celebrate 4th of July? Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again at 10 and 11.
See you tonight.
Is your child ready to embark on an exciting journey of learning and growth?
At PVUSD, we offer transitional kinder and kindergarten with dedicated staff, which includes before and after school programming available all day.
From building friendships to exploring the wonders of science to music and garden education, PVUSD's innovative curriculum sparks imagination.
Your child will develop essential skills like critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity, setting them up for a lifetime of achievement. Your child's educational journey begins at PVUSD.
The U.S. Women's Open is coming to Pebble Beach. KION News Channel 46 is live at the event. Sports Director Maxwell Glenn following all the action. The KION News team takes you behind the scenes. What's the setup look like? What are local officials doing to keep you safe? And what are